there guys, and welcome to an update video for the channel and content and anything else related to that. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but there's a lot of stuff happening. I've kind of created a list here for myself, and then you guys can kind of look at it too. So there's four things. These last two are really big, really important. I highly suggest you stick around and watch this part as well because it's some really important stuff. So first off, Satisfactory multiplayer series. There's not been an episode in quite a while, like over a week or more now. I've had some people ask about it, not surprisingly. And basically the deal is that due to differing schedules and workloads and such between the three of us, we've missed quite a few episodes and stuff like that, and there may be some dropped episodes on some of our channels here and there in the future. But basically, so what we've decided with this is that due to all these different schedules and stuff, if one of us is not available to record and the other two are, then the other two will just record and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by a dropped episode here and there. You know, like for example, if Catherine and Caledon can record one day and I'm not available, then they're going to record and they'll have those episodes. Or if maybe me and Caledon are around and Catherine's not, same thing. She'll miss a few episodes, so on and so forth. So the series isn't ending. We've just had a lot of issues scheduling lately. Plus, the multiplayer lag last time was horrific and stuff like that. But there's a big update coming out tomorrow, so that's going to be covered. And then by at least some of us, I'm not sure who all can make it at this point, but that's the status of the series. It's not over. It will continue in some form on one or more of our channels. We're all going to try to make as much as we can, but if one of us can't or whatever, then that person's just going to not make it and the other two will record. So that's how that's going to work. Factorio 017 Vanilla series has been a long time since I've done an episode, and that's just been me doing other stuff. I'm going to finish it out. It's probably maybe 3 more episodes, 3 or 4 more episodes until it's over, because we're just going to launch a ride. That's all I ever planned to do with this series. It was kind of just a bit of a tutorial series, an introduction to 017, just a basic, well, start to finish, as the series is named, start, and then get to the end, launch a rocket, and be done. This series was never intended to be a mega base. I've had a lot of people ask me about this. This series was never meant to turn into a mega base or anything crazy or special. It was just kind of a 017 tutorial, intro, etc. So I will, of course, be doing more Factorio series in the future. One of them, I would like to do a mega base, potentially heavily modded or not. I'm not sure. But that's kind of the status of this series here. So there's that. Those are those 2 series. I know people have been wondering about those. That's what's happening with that. Next thing, Patreon. I have not really done a lot of work on my Patreon for quite a while. Like, all the info on there was super outdated. I've been wanting to change the tiers and rewards and stuff around for a long time, and I hadn't really had ideas to do it, but I thought really hard and came up with some. So I've completely reworked my Patreon page. Basically, I've reworked all the info so it's current and actually relevant to what's going on right now, not like a year and a half ago. Changed some colors around and stuff, but I've changed a lot of these reward tiers. All the amounts are still the same, but the rewards are different. Pretty much it's added stuff. I haven't really taken anything away. I've added new things and maybe changed a few things that weren't really viable. But overall, it's really, really good. And Patreon is just, I know some people don't like Patreon, and if you don't, then you don't. That's fine. But Patreon is so important, guys. I cannot tell you how important it is and how thankful I am to everybody who does support me on Patreon. It means so much, and it literally is the reason I am able to continue doing this, because I'm going to be straight with you. YouTube ad revenue and Twitch revenue, it doesn't cut it. I mean, it just doesn't. I would not be able to do this with just those 2 revenue streams, especially YouTube. Twitch varies a bit. Some months it does equal to YouTube. Some months it does far more than YouTube. It very, very rarely does less than YouTube. YouTube is so minimal that things like Patreon are so important for creators. And this is where like the power in numbers really comes in, guys, because even just the tiniest amount, like $2 a month, if enough people do that, it really, really adds up. As I kind of explained in this tier here, that Um, $2 a month is basically equivalent to 2,000 video views worth of YouTube ad revenue. It's roughly $1 per thousand views, give or take some stuff. But like that's how impactful this is. Just $2 a month on Patreon is literally more than you would ever earn me by watching my videos ever, because you would have to watch 2,000 of my videos. I don't even think I've made 2,000 videos, so you'd have to watch every single video I've ever made, plus several hundred more, to even equal $2 period. Not even like per month, just $2 period from ad revenue. So just like even just the smallest amount of $2 a month or $5 or whatever, if multiple people do that, it's so impactful. And it really is helpful, and I so deeply appreciate it, guys. One last thing to go over for this is some of these rewards I have reworked, like I said. So some stuff that some of you might find intriguing. So like the $5 tier, basically, you get access to my save games and stuff. And also when I do my monthly update videos, anyone in this tier and above will get their name displayed, like running credits in the update video as a thank you. So that'll be every like monthly video. Everyone from this tier and above will get that. And then for the map tour series, which I'm going to cover up right next here, this level and above get priority when picking. Now to clarify, this isn't a like people submit and I'm going to choose some and then not do others type of priority. It's not like that. It's just everyone who submits one, if it meets the criteria. Some I may not do if it doesn't meet the criteria, but that's irrelevant to Patreon. Any that I'm going to do, what this priority does basically just means that you get yours done first. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do the others, but you do get yours done first. And then for this one here, you actually get access to weekly vlogs I post here. I will post here on Patreon, just kind of going over what's going on in my life and all that stuff, and what's going on with the channel. And then one other thing here that I think I mistyped one of these. One other thing here for this tier is actually you get early access to the Friday Facts videos. So Flixian and I record the Friday Facts videos on Friday night. Normally, I don't upload them until Saturday morning. But what I'm going to start doing now, starting this coming week, is I'm going to upload, I'm going to record with Flixian, I'm going to process and upload the videos Friday night on YouTube and just make them like unlisted, and anyone on Patreon from here and above will get to watch those beforehand, and then they'll go out normally to the rest of YouTube Saturday late morning like they normally do. So that's for this tier and above. I need to replace this thing, I think, with it, or add it, one or the other. So that's basically what's going on here. I did want to mention that for anyone who's interested or willing to support, it really means a lot. And then going on to the base tour series. So basically, I'm going to start a series going over Factorio and Satisfactory bases and factories. Same thing. So there's a submission form. I'm going to put in the link of this. I'm going to put the link in the description of this video, and I will mention this on every one of my monthly update videos, for new people and to give reminders. I've had people ask me to review bases and stuff. I've had a few just random submissions to me that I haven't gone over because I wanted to do it in an actual series. So we're starting this. There's no like super specific criteria, like it has to be X signs per minute or something, but I would like things that are, either mega bases or just unique or crazy in some way. Like it doesn't have to be like the best base ever made. If it's super spaghetti and messy, but like a decent sized base, I'll totally go over that because I love seeing that. Other people love seeing that. If it's like the most organized, OCD friendly base ever, I'd like to see that too. If it's a mega base, if it's unique styles, I'd like to see that. Basically, the things that I'm not really interested in, just because it doesn't make great content, is like a starter base. It's like 3 hours in with like nothing in it, or just like a completely standard humdrum bus base with nothing unique or anything about it, unless it's like a mega bus base or something. And I will be accepting modded bases for this. Previously I've not, but I decided to do it for this. However, this is where important things for the submission form come in. So if you're listening to this in the background, I know you, you're listening to this in the background, make sure to pay attention because this is important. So the submission form, I'm asking what game is it for, you select which one, a brief description, you know, how big is it, mods used, if any, what were the goals, things unique about it, just a little description, your name, basically just what you want to be called when I introduce it, the Patreon priority code, which I went over, download link for the save. Please use like Google Drive or Dropbox or another really well-known thing. I'm not going to be downloading saves from some obscure website I've never heard of that could contain viruses or whatever. And then this is important. Are mods required for the base to run? Okay? And the way this is worded is important, guys. It's if you're using mods that aren't required for the base to work, you can say no and you don't need to include them. So, for example, long reach, bottleneck, stuff like that are just quality of life, things that won't affect how the base runs and stuff like that. You don't need to include those because I can load up the save without them and I can explore it and the base will run and I can show it as is without issues, okay? But if you're using stuff that like changes machines or adds new recipes that you're using or stuff like that, then you need to say yes and you need to include a link. And please zip these files up. I'm trying to make this as easy for myself as possible because this allows me to streamline the process and stuff like this, okay? So I don't want to be downloading 20 individual mod like things, right? Like within a folder. If you can please zip them up, and then again, same thing in Google Drive, Dropbox, or something really well known, and then link here, and then just let me know what version it is, because that's obviously important. So version 16 or 17. I could accept version 15 bases. I would hope you would have updated at least to 16 by now. So this isn't a hard rule, but like I don't want to be going over like version like 12 bases that are actually still in version 12, right? If you started, then that's fine, and if you updated, you know, then you update it. But if you've just been playing on version 12 or something, that's just a huge hassle. So there you go. That's the deal. Like I said, this is open now. A link in the description to this. Submit your stuff. If you have questions about this, leave it in the comments and I will answer. Or catch me on Discord. And I believe that's going to do it, guys. So Patreon, big rework, some really good stuff there. Any support is greatly appreciated. Gave you the update on the series. New base tour series starting. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see what you guys have. And then obviously if it's satisfactory, the mods don't apply at all. So you can just, you know, say no and don't give a link, and the version doesn't apply. This is not required, you'll notice. So that's only for Factorio. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. So thank you guys so much for all your support, for watching. It's just, you guys are great. I really hope I can continue doing this. There's really no reason I couldn't except for income issues. So thank you so much. And until next video, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.